Hey y'all, today we're going to show you how we make pork chili verde in the Ninja Foodi electric pressure cooker.
Oh, while having a whole lot of fun. So I hid away some bacon because I knew I was going to make this.
Right there on the...
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Hi, welcome back to another edition of Cooking Chris's Dishes with the good old boy and my beautiful wife, Cris. And today, she is going to show you how we make pork chili verde in an Instant Pot, some other type of electric pressure cooker.
Not in an Instant Pot. We are using the Ninja Foodi today.
That's right. Everybody calls an electric pressure cooker now an Instant Pot, just like everybody calls a slow cooker a crock pot.
Kind of the first ones on the scene
Yes.
to make that made it a household name, and we love their products and everything.
Then Ninja comes along and says, well, I tell you what, you can have your crock pot, you can have your Instant Pot, or you could have it all, baby. And right here, this thing, like I said before, is a tank, and it is awesome.
So what we have done is we're going to show you guys, since we teased you in our Ninja Foodi review, we teased you with our pork chili verde that we just keep making in.
And now we're just going to have to make it again and eat it.
So I said, why don't we just flip on we hadn't planned on doing this video, and I'm like, why don't we just flip on the camera while I put dinner together, and then that way we can share this recipe. We have shared this as a crock pot recipe. Mm-hmm. We do it a little bit different for electric pressure cookers or the Foodi. You can make this with any electric pressure cooker. There are some advantages to making it with the Foodi, and we'll share that with you. And also, we'll share the link for those of you that are just using a crock pot of how to make it with the crock pot down below. But to begin with, what I did earlier this morning is what I do every morning, and that is I fried bacon with the air fryer lid. And that
Have I told you just how wonderful my wife is? She makes me bacon every day.
So, bacon in the air fryer, which was this basket back here, and we had bacon for breakfast, and then I hid away some bacon so that they could not eat it all. I literally had to hide it because they were eating it all. And so I hid away some bacon because I knew I was going to make this.
Right there on the...
Goodness.
That's why she hides it.
And so, the really cool thing about how the Ninja Foodi works is I can fry the bacon in this, and because I was going to need either butter or bacon fat or some kind of fat to add some fat to the soup, I just used the same pot where the bacon fat fell down into it, and I put my, my pork shoulder steaks in here on top of that. So that's why my pot looks a little like it's been cooked in. It's because it has. It cooked bacon, and now I've put about 3 pounds of pork shoulder steak in here. You can make it with 2 pounds if you would like, if you'd like less meat, but I like to make this honestly as big as I can because we love the leftovers, and we are headed out on a road trip tomorrow, and I want to pack the leftovers. In order for me to have leftovers, I want to have as much meat in there as possible so that they don't eat it all tonight. So we'll have it on the road tomorrow.
Do you want me to open this while you're doing that?
Yes. So I was just going to show them our nifty little. It's in our Amazon shop. I love our little hands-free.
Wait.
You can just set it
Look,
there.
it's handless. You can't see that. We'll show you here. Look at that.
With your hand.
With my hand.
So, anyhow, he's noisy though.
So's the machine.
There we go. You just hit the button, and he lets go, and he takes it right off. There we go. So, what I have in here, like I said, is I've got bacon fat, or you could put, if you're not cooking, which the recipe calls for cooked bacon, so you can use your bacon fat. But if you don't like to use bacon fat, you could add butter. You could technically leave the fat out, but since we eat low carb, fat is an important part of our diet, so we like to put it in there. So anyhow, so we've got our pork steaks in here, and to this I'm going to salt and pepper these pork steaks to taste. Where's the pepper, dear?
I just gave it to you. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, and while he does that, I'm going to add the spices. We have a teaspoon of chili powder.
13.
A teaspoon of paprika and a teaspoon of oregano that's going to go in over these steaks.
You can smell those spices.
Yes. And then we're also going to add 2 tablespoons of dried minced onion and a tablespoon of dried garlic. You can use fresh of either of those if you'd like, to your taste, however you like. And then my original recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of cumin, but we just don't.
We don't go by that recipe. We don't even go by our own recipe. We like the cumin.
So I usually add about 2, to be honest. So we're gonna go on and do that. And when I post
so
this
good.
for the electric pressure cooker version, I'm gonna actually put the 2. So with that, we are going to add. I'm gonna let you add a can of diced chilies, undrained. Very good, honey. And then we have chopped.
And those
up,
were undrained.
Yes,
you said.
yes. We have chopped up 2, I believe these are these are Anaheim peppers. You could use poblano if you want.
You could even go nuts if you want to use, let's say,
you could put
jalapenos in there, or if you're crazy, habanero.
Yeah.
I don't suggest that, but that's because, you know,
okay.
it's hot.
Well, it depends. It depends on your taste, how much, what you like. And to all of that, we are going to add a 16-ounce jar of salsa verde. And if you are eating low carb, I would encourage you to read the labels, because depending on the company, you will have different ones in different regions and different areas have different carb counts on it. You're hopefully looking for places that don't add added sugar.
That's why we don't tell you the carb count in this, is because it could be different wherever you're
It's
at.
all going to depend on what you have available at your thing. And then to that, we're going to add 4 cups of chicken or beef broth. You can add
That's
either
1 box. 32 ounces. Freshly squeezed chicken.
This takes a while. This is your job. You're professional. Please don't spray that on me. Okay. So to that, for the foodie, we're going to use the electric pressure cooker lid. If you're using an Instant Pot or a Crock Pot Express, you just put on the lid like usual. No matter how many times I do that, I always start it the wrong way. So we're going to put this...
Trust her. She's a professional.
Yes. So we're going to pop the knob to seal. And we are going to put we're going to put this, I'm not plugged in. We're going to put this under high pressure.
This is a very important step.
We're going to put this under high pressure for 30 minutes. And then we're going to let it naturally release for about 15 minutes, just because we have tons of liquid in there.
And we don't want to see a volcano, especially in the RV.
Yes, we don't want
Although the ceiling is a lot easier to reach to clean.
So we will be back in a snap. And we will show you the next steps to making one of our very favorite soups in the Ninja Foodies.
In 3, 2, 1.
And I'm back. We're not back because Mikey ran to the store, and that's been like an hour and a half ago, and he's still not back. So we've decided to stop waiting. So what I've already done is this cooked under high pressure for 30 minutes, and I've already vented it, and so I'm just going to take the lid off, and I'm going to pop this other camera on. If you'll pardon me, if Mikey were here, he'd be helping me out with that, just to give you a glance of what things look like in there. So like we showed you on the foodie review, I take a fork and go inside this to pull out the bones off of the pork steaks, just to get that out of there. One of the things we realized after we stopped taping, ow, that's hot. I didn't think about this. Hang on just a sec. Let me get something to put that on. One of the things we realized immediately after we stopped taping, after I made such a big deal about the bacon, is we forgot to add the bacon. I usually add it before pressure cooking, but if you want it to stay crunchy, or if you forget it like me, you can always add it at the end, like we're going to here in just a second. Let's see here. I put 3 steaks in, so there should be 3 bones to fish out. You need to be careful doing this part because they will be very hot. Let's see if we can find it. Ah, there's the third guy. Right there. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to add in that bacon. I forgot, this is about 6 slices of crisp bacon crumbled up. And we're just going to stir that in along with a cup of sour cream to give it that creamy flavor. We like to add the cream or the sour cream afterwards, so it hopefully keeps the smooth texture and it melts right in instead of kind of overcooking it in the pressure cooker. So I'm going to stir that in. And as you stir, that pork will just start to fall apart very easily. This has become one of our favorites on the road. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to do a long road trip. Currently, now not on the channel travel portions, but when this is being taped, we are near Zion National Park. Hey, I found another bone. There we go. But this is the closest in our trip that we will be to Bryce Canyon. So tomorrow, we're going to take a little road trip to go check out Bryce Canyon. And one of the things we like to do is bring our little Coleman stove and a little pot, and we pack our soups to go with us so that we can have a yummy, warm meal rather than eating lunch meat sandwiches the whole time. We do that too, but sometimes we get a little tired of that because we drive quite a bit. So this is an easy way for us to have a nice, yummy, warm meal. So, okay, that is stirred in. And so how we like to serve this, I'm going to give you a little peek on this camera again. How we like to serve this is with a little lime and a little avocado. And sometimes when we're on the road, we even like to, Addie will make us up a big old batch of guacamole. And so instead of having to manage limes and avocado on the road, we'll just put a dollop of guacamole in this, and it actually turns out really, really great. We figured that out by accident one time when we had some extra avocados that were needing used up. So I'm going to go ahead and spoon this out so I can show you guys what it looks like. And then we're going to put some of that lime and avocado, which I have back here. We just we'll just throw some of this avocado in here to give it a nice creaminess. And then we like to just squeeze the lime over the top. If I can, doing this with one hand is not easy. Set it down. Squeeze the lime. There we go. Got that. And then, oh my goodness. Then I'm going to add just a little dollop of sour cream. For just a little more creaminess when you serve it. And that is how we like our pork chili verde. So I'm going to give it a taste because, you know, I'm really dedicated to making sure that this is great for you guys. That is what we just love this soup. It is perfect. It's so tender. That pork is so absolutely tender. You guys, this is a super easy soup to make that has a lot of depth of flavor. It's low carb. It's a low carb dish that people who don't eat low carb would absolutely love and not think twice about it being so-called diet food. So I would highly recommend you give it a try. If you like this video, we'd love for you to give us a thumbs up. If you're not already a member of the Crock Posse, we'd love for you to become a part of our slow cooking, electric pressure cooking, foodie family. And all you have to do is click subscribe down below and you become, uh-oh, I just poured that all over. Oh, see, I need my my other half here to help me from making absolute mess. As I was saying, if you would like to become a member of our crock potting family around here, we'd love for you to join us by clicking subscribe down below. If you'd like notified every time we upload a crock potting recipe video or travel video, click the notification bell down below. We call that the dingling around here. But whatever you do and whatever we do, we hope that you laugh often, eat good food, and speak life. Bye, guys. All right, you can come in now.
Yay! I'm wasting away outside.
You're wasting away.
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click